In oblivion, Vernicus raged, fleeing before a mortal man like that. Not even the basest... Basest? Even the basest scamp would have been so craven. Oh, okay, I see what he meant. Had exposed himself for the weak, cowardly creature he was. As he considered what steps to take to salvage the situation, he found himself face to knee with the most fearsome of the Daedra, Prince Molak Bal. I never thought anything much of you, Vernicus, the giant boomed. I've never thought anything. But you have more than proven your worth. You have shown the creatures of Mundus that the Daedra are more powerful than the blessing of the gods. The other denizens of Oblivion quickly agreed, as always did, with the view of Molak Bal. The Daedra are, after all, always very sensitive about their various defeats at the hands of mortal champions. Vernicus was proclaimed the elusive beast, the unpersuadable one, he who cannot be touched, the bane of Carnage. Carnarech? Shrines devoted to him began to be built in remote corners of Morrowind and Skyrim. Borlor, meanwhile, now found flawed, was never again called to rescue a village. He was so heartbroken over his failure to strike his target that he became a hermit, and never restrung his bow again. Some months later he died, unmourned and unremembered. This is really the tale you thought would cheer me? Asked Albert incredulously. I've heard the King of Worms told more inspirational stories. King of Worms? Wait, smiled Exomera. I'm not finished yet. Yeah, I mean, you got still 6 more pages to go. For a year's time, Vernicus was content to watch his legend grow and his legend worship spread from his home in Oblivion. He was, in addition to being cowardly and inflicted towards murderous rages, also a very lazy creature. His worshippers told tales of their master avoiding the bolt of 1,000 archers, of moving through oceans without getting wet, and other feats of avoidance that he would rather not have demonstrated in person. The real story of his ignominious retreat from Bulmor was thankfully forgotten. The bad news, when it came, was delivered to him with some relish by Horavatha. He had delighted in her jealousy at his growing reputation, so it was with a cruel smile she told him, "Your shrines are being assaulted." "Who dares?" he roared. "Everyone who passed them in the wilderness feels the need to throw a stone." Horavatha, I can't pronounce her name correctly, purred. "You can hardly blame them. After all, they represent he who cannot be touched. How could anyone be expected to resist such a target?" Vernicus, she has a point. Vernicus peered through the veil into the world of Mundus and saw that it was true. One of his shrines in Colovian West Country was surrounded by a large platoon of mercenary soldiers who delighted in pelting it with rocks. Now I have to go there and see if it's actually there. 'Cause that's an Oblivion, isn't it? His worshippers huddled inside praying for a miracle. In an instant he appeared before the mercenaries, and his rage was terrifying to behold. They fled into the woods before he even had a chance to murder one of them. His worshippers threw open the wooden doors to the shrine and dropped to their knees in joy and fear. His anger melted. Then a stone struck him. Then another. He turned to face his assailant, but the area was suddenly filled with rocks. Vernicus could not see them, but he heard mercenaries in the wood laugh. It's not even trying to move out of the way. It's impossible not to hit him. Guffawed another? I don't know that word. With a roar of humiliation, the Daedra bounded into the shrine, chased by the onslaught. One of the stone knocked the door closed behind him, striking him in the back. His face broke, anger and embarrassment disappearing, replaced by pain. He turned, shaking, to his worshippers who huddled in the shadows of the shrine, their faith shattered. Where did you get the wood to build this shrine? Vernicus groaned. Mostly from the copse of trees near the villages of Evisakon. His high priest shrugged. Vernicus nodded. He dropped forward, revealing the deep wound in his back. A rusted arrowhead buried in the wood of the door had jolted loose in assault and impelled him. The Daedra vanished in a whirlwind of dust. The shrine were abandoned shortly thereafter, though Vernicus did have a brief resurgence as the patron spirit of limitations and impotence before fading from memory altogether. As the patron spirit of, okay, and impotence. Okay, the legend of Bolmore himself never became very well known either, but there are still some who tell the tale like myself, and we have the advantage of knowing that what the great archer himself didn't know on his deathbed. His final arrow found its target after all. That's funny. But in any case, that was an attempt at reading like a whole book to you guys. I'm probably not going to do that again, but it was still interesting. I had to try it. And let's see what you have.
Make it quick, Outlander.
Make it quick. Let's see. Pleased to meet you, Gix. I'm Rosanna Gilvan. New here? I'm sure you have some questions for me. Do I? No, not really. Let's barter. What do you have? A bunch of stuff that I actually don't care about. Not fitter. What did you expect? Okay, let's see. Don't I have shoes? Yeah, I have shoes. Okay, extravagant shoes. I'm gonna sell the shoes. I'm gonna sell the belt. Kind of like the gloves, but I'm gonna sell the gloves and a common ring. I'm gonna sell it for 10 gold. No? How about 8? Not even. Okay. 7? Not. Oh, come on. Fine, be that way. That's kind of neat though to see that all like lined up. Well, I was gonna say perfectly, but they're parallel perfectly in any case. Yeah, I think that's it for now. Where's the exit? I think that's it for now. I have other stores that I want to visit, but I'm gonna wait till next time, because then I can say I'm exploring the town. I want to spend more time exploring the town, and I think the reading the book took a lot out of me. My throat is getting dry and all that stuff. So yeah, I didn't do too much, but it was still interesting. I still enjoyed my time, and yeah, I'll see you next time.